Hey guys, it's Jake, and today I'm going to be giving you guys an overview, a little bit of a walkthrough of our SJU ACM clue, a hack at St. John's challenge here. We hosted this meeting about a week ago of this video being posted. We gave you guys a little bit of time to try to figure it out yourselves, but if you were unable to, then this meeting is meant to be a bit of a guide and show you maybe what you missed. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to point out is right on our website, you can go to the meetings tab right here, and you can scroll down to our digital forensics investigations and SJU ACM clue meeting right here. You can see some of the pictures from our meeting. You can also download the slides, which I highly recommend because that is what we're going to start right now. And then also you can press right here, try the challenge, and this is going to bring you to the GitHub page, which is going to be where you're going to be able to find the USB drive image, as well as a little bit of the briefing and some instructions as well. But we're going to start off here. We're going to go into this folder right here, a hack at St. John's, and we're going to look at this PDF, which is just the presentation that we gave. And we're just going to go through. We're going to give you a overview of the hack that went down, kind of the situation that we'll be investigating right here. So to read through it, the day is Thursday, October 5th. St. John's ACM Student Chapter Club is meeting for its second meeting of the fall 2023 semester. Upon entering the cyber lab, the club is met with a terrifying discovery. St. John's University has been hacked. The only piece of evidence left behind by the attacker is a USB drive. St. John's IT was able to estimate that the hack occurred at approximately 12 p.m. on Thursday, October 5th. However, they suspect that a member of the SJU ACM e-board was behind it all. To assist in the investigation, the members of SJU ACM have agreed to examine the contents of the USB drive in hopes of uncovering the true identity of the culprit. It's up to you to figure out who did it, where they did it, and what malware they used. So the suspects that we have right here is the SJU ACM e-board. We've got everyone lined up right here. The buildings or the locations where the hack could have happened are all displayed on this clue board right here. So you've got a bunch of familiar locations on the St. John's campus. And then the malware, we've got 6 types of malware that the attacker could have used. So again, it's up to you to determine which of these the attacker actually used to hack St. John's. So now you can go ahead and download the image file, which you can find right under this folder again. And right here, USB evidence.eo1. Just click on that, and then you can click this download icon right here. Now we can go ahead and actually move into using Autopsy. If you don't have it downloaded already, you can download it from autopsy.com. Just click this download button right here. And then you can just download the 64-bit if you're on Windows, or follow these instructions if you're on any other operating system. And now, once you have that downloaded, you can go ahead and open Autopsy, and we're just going to select New Case. And we're going to give this case a name, and then I'm just going to you can drop it in whatever directory you wish. I'm just going to leave it in my downloads. Next. And we can just skip this part. Once that's done loading, we can just click through this to next, click next again. And now we're going to select our image file that we downloaded. We're just going to click next here. And then we're going to click next again. These are all of the automatic tools that it runs on importing an image into a new autopsy case. So a few of these in here are going to do some interesting things. One of them is going to be some data carving. So it's going to be able to recover deleted files, which is going to be important in our investigation. So click next. And once that's done, we can just click finish. And And right on the bottom here, you're going to see that there's still a progress bar. So just let that finish because that's a little bit more analyzing that autopsy does. Now I'll begin the walkthrough. So to figure out who did it, we are going to look at the pictures that autopsy was able to collect from this USB drive by clicking that tab right there. And we're going to just look through some of these. These are just pictures that were found in a PDF document. Same thing as this one. So these are kind of not as relevant to our investigation, but we are going to look at this one. And so we're going to look and we're going to try to find a bit of a pattern. Since we already know that the culprit is a member of the SJU ACM e-board, something that might help us a lot is actually looking at some of the bios for the e-board members. We're going to go all the way back to our SJU ACM website, and we're going to go to the e-board tab. This is one place where you can get a little bit extra information about the e-board members. And so you can look through here, look at their bios, look at their pictures if you want, what they study. Another place that you can go is our meetings tab, and you can go down to our kickoff meeting for the fall 2023 semester. You can download these slides. We have a little bit of a longer bio for each of these e-board members. You can learn a little bit more about them. And so basically the idea is to compare these bios with what you find in the USB drive, especially in those pictures. And so we're going to go back to autopsy now, and we are going to look at those pictures. And right off the bat, we see some things. We're going to just go through them. Okay, so this one looks like a sorting chart. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a sorting chart for different types of sorting algorithms. Right here, okay, it looks like a picture of someone in a St. John's jersey holding a soccer ball. So that's interesting. Data structures document, we've got a picture of New York City. We've got a picture of campus. Got a picture right here. Looks like a foreign country. Interesting. You might not be able to tell exactly what country that is right off the bat, but that's okay. We've got another picture of soccer here. Looks like another picture of New York City. More soccer, St. John's campus. It looks like the St. John's soccer / lacrosse field. This looks like another interesting, document. Not able to really see it here, but you can open it. Okay, looks like some math formulas here. That's also interesting. And then looks like another picture of some sort of foreign country. So if we're able to compare that to some of these bios right here, we will be able to deduce that the culprit was indeed Ignacio. You can kind of figure this out because he is a senior majoring in mathematics and computer science. So you saw those kind of cheat sheets of math formulas and computer science algorithms. He's also a student athlete from the St. John's men's soccer team. You can also tell because this picture right here, there was a cropped version of this picture on the USB drive. So you can kind of use that to compare as well. And also you can just figure out that he likes soccer. He has a few pictures of soccer on this USB drive. And then right here is fun fact that he is from Spain. So those foreign countries we can kind of figure were pictures of Spain. One other way that you can actually figure this out, if we just go to the metadata that it's able to find in these files, and we can actually look through some of these files and look at the metadata. Right here, we can see that the owner of this file that was on the USB drive is Ignacio. So that's another alternative way of figuring out who did it. So kind of putting those two together, we can pretty much deduce that Ignacio was indeed the attacker. Now moving on to where the attack took place. And for this, we're going to go back to kind of the briefing that we had done earlier. One of the most important pieces of information that was provided in here was that St. John's IT was able to estimate that the hack occurred at approximately 12 p.m. on Thursday, October 5th. So this is important information to take note of, especially when trying to figure out where the attack was performed. If we look at one of the files in his school and notes folder, we are able to find that he has a fall 2023 schedule Excel sheet document, actually. And so if we click into this, it's a little bit difficult to see in this format, but we are able to figure out that at 12 o'clock on Thursdays, Ignacio is eating lunch at Monty's. If we go back to the buildings selections we had right here, we are able to figure out that Montgomery's Dining Hall is one of the possible locations, and so that is the answer for where the attack was done. Now moving on to what malware was used to perform the attack. This is probably the most difficult one to figure out, but in order to figure this one out, hopefully you stumbled across the tools folder that Ignacio had on this USB drive. And in here we can see some of the tools and executables he was possibly using. And so the one that's most interesting here is the one that's titled Hide and Send. You could possibly do like a Google search into what this tool is, and maybe that'll come up with it being a steganography tool. But either way, we're going to look into this folder, and we can see that there are a couple of picture files in here, and it looks like they're the exact same file. So this is kind of another piece of evidence that you can use in deducing that steganography was used in this situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back a directory, and we're going to click this hide and send folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click, and we're going to click extract files. And what this is going to do is this is going to save the file to our host machine. So we're going to be able to open File Explorer. We're able to see that hide and send is on our host machine. So we're going to click into that, and we can see that we have all of the files we were previously able to see. And we're going to open this application, this executable right here. And we are presented with the hide and send menu right here. And so we're going to make sure we're on the extract side because we're trying to extract data. We're trying to find something that's hidden. And we're going to try to find an image, a picture file. And as you can see, as we saw before, there are two different nyc.jpg pictures. They look the exact same when we were looking at them, but potentially there's something hiding in one of them. And so we're going to pick one of them. We're going to select this one because it has a 1 next to it. So it looks like it was like a copy of this one. So that is probably the one containing the hidden data. And then we're going to just select an extraction directory. We're just going to put it into downloads. And now we're going to click extract, and we are prompted for a password. Now, you might not know the password at this point, but we're going to do a little bit more digging. Now, there's a couple of ways you can come across it. Maybe you kind of stumbled across it looking through the files that were on this drive, and maybe you came across this text file right here, and right here you can see password, nothing to see. So that is most likely the password that we're going to be using. Another way that you can find it if you weren't able to stumble across that is that you can do a keyword search up here, and you can just search for some things. You could just search for password, see if password comes up. Looks like a few other files come up with password as well, but if you just click through a few right here, you will be able to find that password. It's kind of highlighted because that's the keyword that we were searching, and the password is nothing to see. So we're going to go back into hide and send, and we're going to type in nothing to see, going to click OK, and data successfully extracted. Okay, so now we're going to go to that extraction directory that we clarified, and you should see a file pop up here. It should be called link.txt, and we're going to open that. And right here, we can see, use this link to download the malware. And so it's a GitHub link, and we can see that this is indeed a Python network worm that spreads on the local network. And so Ignacio, Montgore, Steining Hall, and worm are our 3 answers for our investigation right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little walkthrough. We might do more challenges like this in the future, maybe make a more advanced one, a more beginner one, but let us know if you'd like to see that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you guys at future meetings.